Chase Shaffer, a crewman and videographer for ASD Motorsports and the Ethan Dotson team, revealed that he was knocked unconscious during the Fall Classic at Whynot this past weekend. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. I wrote this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. But Chase Shaffer posted this to X. He says, took a pretty good shot to the dome last night while we had our car pulled off in the hot pit. 1 minute, I'm standing next to the car. Then the lights went out and I came back around in the hospital. Doctor says no brain damage or bleeding, still sore and dizzy, but I'll be all right. And you can see this massive bruise here that he's got on the back of his temple there. Huge damage to the back of his head. I can only imagine what caused that. And he did provide some more details for this. First off, I'm glad that he's okay. It's really good that the doctors say he does not have any brain damage or bleeding, and that he was able to get back home, and he was able to recover from getting knocked unconscious while servicing the car, standing next to the car. But we did get some more information from him. He made an appearance on the Racing Jason, Brian, and Smoke Talk Dirt Racing space on X that they host weekly. And he revealed he would not be joining the team this weekend at East Alabama Motor Speedway for the National 100. We'll get to that as for his reasoning why. But this is what he said about what happened. He says, well, Ethan was battling for a transfer spot in that B main at Whynot. This was on Saturday, and got in the wall somehow, and it tore the right front on the car. So he pulled off. The deck was all shot, and we were just standing there in the hot pit, putting a right front on it to just get it back to the trailer. And to be honest, that's the last thing I remember. And then I woke up in the hospital. This was Saturday night. I don't know what happened, but what I'm told is something flew off the track and hit me in the back of the head. I didn't come to until I was in the hospital. They said I locked up pretty hard when I got hit. I'm actually trying to find a doctor here by the house where I can go get a follow-up and make sure my brain didn't get scrambled too bad. At the hospital in Meridian, they said, well, you ain't got no brain bleed, and it doesn't look like you got any serious brain damage, so we're going to let you out. My poor wife had to drive from Birmingham to come pick me up in Meridian. We didn't get home until about 3 in the morning. Fortunately, the guys at ASD really helped me out and took care of me, getting my car back and everything and getting my stuff. So kudos to his wife, to the team for helping me out. I mean, geez, I can't even imagine like getting knocked out in the hot pit at Whynot while you're just kind of servicing the car here. And then the next thing you know, you're waking up in the hospital. I'm so glad that he's okay. He then shared this, though. That was the crazy thing. We were outside the track. If you've ever been to Whynot, you're in that hot pit area right there by the grid. So of all the places, I wasn't expected to get KO'd. I'm not sure. Tyler said something flew off the track and it hit me, and he thinks it's a mud clod because it shattered and then hit him. He says by the time it hit him, he looked over and I was on the ground, and I guess I wasn't in good shape. They were asking me questions at the hospital, and according to Tyler, I didn't even know my own name for a minute. So he might have woke up in the hospital, but he clearly was still really addled, admitting here that he didn't even know his own name when they were asking him questions. So the fact that he seemingly has made a miraculous recovery, is not actually suffering any brain damage or having any brain bleed, I think is just absolutely phenomenal based on everything he's saying here. He did say while he was speaking here, I didn't include it in this article, but he did say his brain, he was still having some issues. He felt like his brain was doing a little bit, doing swimming, and he didn't want to talk too long. So hopefully he's getting some rest, is recovering. And it looks like he's going to get some of that, because as I said earlier, he will not be joining ASD and Dotson at East Alabama. He says, my wife has forcefully requested that I take this weekend off, so I won't be going to the National 100. However, he did indicate he was likely to return to the team for the World Finals at the dirt track at Charlotte. So if you are, so we would look to see him there at Charlotte with Dotson and ASD competing in those series of races there to wrap up the World of Outlaws Case Construction late model season. So really glad that he is okay. He's recovering. I hope he makes a full recovery. It looks like that does appear to be the case, but just absolutely wild what happened here. And it just shows that it's not just the drivers who are at risk in this sport, the crew guys. I think he's mainly a videographer. They're also putting their lives on the line to bring us this excellent sport that we all love. So I really do wish him the best. Hope he has a full recovery, and we'll definitely be adding him to my prayers that he does indeed get that. But I mean, just let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.